Hi there. It's March 29th and time for Proverbs 29. Over there, turn this off and begin. Now, this is the last chapter of the Solomon's Proverbs that were copied down by King Hezekiah's men. Tomorrow, it's the words of Agar, my favorite chapter. So, let's begin. One who becomes stiff-necked after many reprimands will be shattered instantly beyond recovery. Right? Some people, you try and try and try, right? They never listen. When the righteous flourish, people rejoice, but when the wicked rule, people groan. We've read this a bunch of times already and word it differently, but they say it over and over again, and it's true. A man who loves wisdom brings joy to his father, but one who consorts with prostitutes destroys his wealth. Yeah. You think of somebody, right? We won't name names, right? By justice, the kings bring stability to a land, but a man who demands contributions or bribes demolishes it. Going on, isn't it? 5. A man who flatters his neighbor spreads a net for his feet. Now, I always thought this was a good thing, but they say it like it's a bad thing. He spreadeth a net for his steps, and it says over here. Boom. All right. He that giveth ear to the flatterer is in danger as the bird is before the fowler. Right. So it's the neighbor that's in danger. He's getting flattered all the time. Interesting, huh? 6. An evil man is caught by sin, but the righteous one sings and rejoices. Right, lots of righteous in here, huh? Let's go back up here. Make the righteous ones green, right? The righteous person knows the rights of the poor, but the wicked does not understand these concerns. Right. Right. We'll go back over those two. Mockers inflame a city, but the wise turn away anger. Do you even need to go into that? Man, what happened back in 2020? They burned entire cities down and let them do it, and they were the mockers, right? Scornful men. 9. If a wise man goes to court with a fool, there will be ranting and raving, but no resolution. Rest. Wise man goes to court with a fool. Fools don't listen, right? All they do is scream and yell. 10. Bloodthirsty men hate an honest person, but the upright care about him, or person, or seek the life of the upright. Bloody men hate what is upright, but the just have care of his soul. An honest person cares about the upright care about an honest person. I think that's what it means. 11. A fool gives full vent to his anger, but a wise man holds it in check. Get that? It's important to know when to keep your mouth shut, okay? You're just going to cause more trouble if you speak out than if you just walk away. 12. If a ruler listens to lies, all his officials will be wicked. We've seen that firsthand, haven't we? 13. The poor and the oppressor have this in common. The Lord gives light to the eyes of both. Now, we remember when Solomon said this a couple of times, right? God made everything, Some of these bad people just make the good people look better, right? A king who judges the poor with fairness, his throne will be established forever. Fairness. A rod of correction imparts wisdom, but a youth left to himself is a disgrace to his mother. Just changing the call. All right. Spanking your kids imparts wisdom. You agree with that? I agree with that. 16, when the wicked increase, rebellion increases, but the righteous will see their downfall. I like to put all the righteous together. Right? 17, discipline your son, and it will bring you peace of mind and give you delight. Right? Discipline your kids. It's very important. Most people don't today. 18, without revelation, people run wild, but one who listens to instruction will be happy. Vision, revelation, an idea. Right? It says, where there is no vision, people decay. Where there are not faithful ministers of the word of God. Right? Not a lot of those around now. 19, a slave cannot be disciplined by words, though he understands, he doesn't respond. Right? Some children are that way too. They cannot be disciplined with words. Do you see a man who speaks too soon? There is more hope for a fool than for him. Speaks too soon, hasty in his matters. Have you ever heard somebody, you're trying to say something and they cut you off and start giving you their point of it before you even finish talking? Okay? There's more hope for a fool than people that do that kind of thing, because they are not listening in the first place. They're looking to be offended, and they're looking to get angry, and they won't even let you finish your conversation. Goes on all the time. Even on TV, these people that are supposed to be professional interviewing people will cut them off because they're going off script, probably. A slave pampered from his youth will become arrogant later on, right? Or a child too, right? 22, an angry man stirs up conflict, and a hot-tempered man increases rebellion, right? Master of rage. I am a master of rage. Not something you want to. Angry people. Hot-tempered, but just getting away from people like that, right? A person's pride will humble him, but a humble spirit will gain honor. It's a good one. God hates pride, arrogance, conceit, right? Wise in your own eyes, looking down on other people, right? Pretty soon, that pride will humble you. Somebody else will come along that's so much smarter than you and will, make you look really stupid, right? A humble spirit will gain honor. If you're always humble, always quiet, don't brag, right? You will gain honor. Right? 24, to be a thief's partner is to hate oneself. He hears the curse, but will not testify. All right. Honor among thieves, right? When a call for a witness was made public, anyone with information who did not submit his testimony was under a curse. A curse to follow the thief. 25, the fear of man is a snare, but one who trusts in the Lord is protected. Raised high, right? Fear of man, right? It says all over the Bible not to be afraid of man. God is stronger than anything, right? 26, many seek a ruler's favor, but a man receives justice from the Lord. Got that? And 27, an unjust man is detestable to the righteous, and one whose way is upright is detestable to the wicked. Right? unjust man is detestable to the righteous. All right? Now, if you're seeking righteousness and following the Lord and getting into his word, you will know that unjust people, liars, thieves, judges that rule not according to law, but according to whoever's paying them, is detestable to a righteous person, right? And one whose way is upright is detestable to the wicked. Right? The good guys don't like the bad guys, and the bad guys don't like the good guys, right? Because they're afraid of truth, okay? So, there you go. Let's see all these righteous ones that we highlighted, right? When the righteous flourish, the people rejoice, right? But when the wicked rule, people groan. We've seen enough of that on both sides, all over the world, right? The righteous one sings and rejoices, and evil is caught by sin, right? It's good to try and be righteous, right? The righteous person knows the rights of the poor, or justice, but the wicked one does not understand these concerns. They don't. They don't see them as people. They see them as garbage, and they don't understand that they have feelings just like everybody else, and they have a spirit and a soul. When the wicked increase, rebellion increases, but the righteous will see their downfall. Get that? That's what we're waiting for, right? We will see their downfall. And 27, an unjust man is detestable to the righteous. Okay? Righteousness is what I see. Okay? So, there you go. That's the righteous ones. What else did we highlight in here? A justice, a king brings stability to a land, but a man who demands contributions, right? Gifts, bribes, offerings. Okay? An offering or a bribe or a gift is something you don't have to pay back. Okay? But who demands that demolishes stability to a land. Okay? Now, we've seen enough of this going on, right? We've seen people that make a certain amount of money, but seem to gain, right, more than 10 times that every year to their net worth. Demolishing stability to a land. Okay? Is it illegal? It should be. Okay? It's not always. Lobbying is somehow legal in the country. Most countries call it extortion. But that would get you into just complaining about everything, right? Okay. Mockers inflame a city, but the wise turn away anger. Right? You notice back in 2020 when all these cities were burning, right? The cities with wise rulers, right? And wise teachers and law and order did not get burned. Okay. It was just cities that had weak leadership and unwise people running it. Was it done on purpose? Maybe. But right, if you're going to move to a city, make sure the people running that city are wise people. Okay? 11 is highlighted. A fool gives full vent to his anger, but a wise man holds it in check. Right? Fool poureth out all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterward. Right? We've seen these people out there just screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming, and they're not making any sense. Right? A wise person just walks away. A lot of them say, just walk away from that stuff. Yeah. Oh, you're not going to change that person. Okay. 15, a rod of correction imparts wisdom, but a youth left to himself is a disgrace to his mother. Right, sent away, said. Right. Child set at liberty maketh his mother ashamed. Right. Spanking. This is talking about spanking your kids. It's all over the Bible, right, imparts wisdom, okay? Youth left to themselves is a disgrace, right? What they get away with now, they will try and get away with later in life, and they will not, and they will find out very hard, right? 20. Do you see a man who speaks too soon? There's more hope for a fool than for him, right? James said, be quick to listen, slow to speak, right? And if you get into that, it means to wait until a person is completely finished with their statement and their side. Don't cut them off, right? If you do that, there's more hope for a fool than for you if you do that. And it says all over, we know what they think about fools. There's absolutely no hope for fools, okay? So when they use that comparison, it's a really bad thing, okay? They've said things like, you could take a fool and grind him in a mortar and pestle into paste and not separate the foolishness from him, okay? That's a pretty vivid word picture, and it says that in here. Solomon said that. So think about that. You speak too soon. If you cut people off, if you don't listen, basically you're not listening, all right? More hope for a fool. 23 is important. A person's pride will humble him, but a humble spirit will gain honor, right? If you're prideful and you're bragging and you're conceited, sooner or later, somebody's going to knock you off that pedestal. Somebody smarter and wiser, right? But if you're humble, you'll gain honor. Honor is when other people build you up and you don't build yourself up, okay? Honor is a good thing. 25, the fear of man is a snare. The one who trusts in the Lord is protected. Note over here. He that feareth man more than God falleth into a snare and is destroyed. All right? If you fear man more than God, you will be destroyed. Okay? Tough words. But the one who trusts in the Lord is protected. Simple. All right? 27. An unjust man is detestable to the righteous, and one whose way is upright is detestable to the wicked. Right? The evil hate the good, and the good hate the evil. Okay? It's just that simple. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 29. That is the last of King Hezekiah's men. Stuff they copied down. Yeah, there was probably more. Okay, and there was more and then there's more Proverbs. Okay, it was said somewhere, I read that Solomon wrote over 3,000 Proverbs. Okay, and a lot of them have been lost. All right. I mean, King Hezekiah's men came along after and tried to regain some of those. Okay, they said they were the Proverbs of Solomon. All right. So you have it. Tomorrow we'll do chapter 30, and then we'll finish with 31. All right. On Monday. That's amazing. That'll be the 19th time through it, I think. And then we'll begin the 20th time of 24. Okay. After 24 times through Proverbs, it said your life will change. Okay. So there you have it. Stay tuned later today. We're starting Luke chapter 5, and he's choosing his first disciples and are through the New Testament in a year. Very short studies because they're stretched the New Testament out over a whole year, and many days are just 10 or 15 verses. So gives you the time to slow down and really get into it. So we'll get into that. Give us a like if you think about it. But later on, we'll continue. See ya.